High in the mountains, nestled among rice paddies, lay a small village. People there lived simply, farming the land. They knew everyone, laughed often, and helped each other. In this village lived a boy named Chen. Chen was small for his age, but his eyes shone with intelligence and courage. Unlike other boys, Chen loved practicing Kung Fu. Every morning before the sun peeked over the mountain, Chen would be in the village square, mimicking the graceful movements of a crane or the powerful strikes of a tiger. The villagers would often watch Chen, amused by his dedication. Some chuckled, saying, "What use is Kung Fu against a stubborn ox or a swarm of locusts?" But Chen's heart knew the true value of his art. It was about discipline, respect, and protecting the weak. Little did he know, a challenge awaited him that would test all his skills and more. One afternoon, a shadow fell upon the peaceful village. A huge bull, its eyes wild with fear and anger, had escaped from a nearby farm. It rampaged through the fields, destroying everything in its path. The villagers were terrified. The bull was a fearsome sight. Its horns were like spears, its hooves pounded the earth, and its bellows shook the air. The villagers huddled in their homes, too afraid to face the beast. Crops were trampled, fences were smashed, and the air was filled with the panicked cries of villagers. This was unlike anything they had ever seen. The village elders gathered, their faces etched with worry. They knew they had to do something, but what? Who could possibly face such a beast? Chen watched from the window, his heart pounding. He knew he had to do something. He remembered the words of his old master. True Kung Fu is not about fighting. It's about using your strength to protect, to guide, to bring peace. Chen took a deep breath and began to move. He flowed through the forms he had practiced 1,000 times. The crane, the tiger, the mantis. Each movement was fluid, precise, filled with a quiet power. He wasn't just mimicking animals. He was channeling their spirit, their strength, their wisdom. His fear subsided, replaced by a calm focus. Chen was ready. He was not just a boy anymore. He was a warrior, standing between his village and chaos. Chen stepped out into the village square. The bull saw him and charged, its hooves drumming like thunder. Chen stood his ground, small but unwavering. He waited for the right moment, the moment of perfect balance. As the bull closed in, Chen moved. He didn't attack. Instead, he used the bull's own momentum against it, guiding its charge away from the terrified villagers. He flowed around the beast, a whirlwind of motion, his movements a blur. Chen used his knowledge of Kung Fu not to harm the bull, but to tire it, to calm it. He treated the animal with respect, understanding its fear and guiding it towards safety. Finally, exhausted and confused, the bull came to a stop in the middle of the square. It looked at Chen with something akin to bewilderment in its eyes. The villagers emerged from their homes, amazed by what they had witnessed. Chen, the boy they had once laughed at, had saved them. He had faced their fear with courage and wisdom, proving that true strength lies not in brute force but in discipline, compassion, and the heart of a warrior. From that day on, Chen was no longer just a boy who practiced Kung Fu. He was their protector, their hero, their little dragon.